Alright, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Paranoia Agent, Episode 10. Alright, this show has gotten a bit crazy.
Yeah.
And all over a bit, like, disturbing and wacky.
Yep, it almost feels like we've just completely detached from what the show was previously about, and now it's gone into, like,
with the characters.
Well, with the characters. You're right, exactly. It's still about the same thing.
It's about the same thing.
But it's exploring it in some very different ways, because last episode's was
it was really cool.
It was really cool.
It was a
really
vignette, a kind of a collection of short stories via the perspective of these gossiping ladies who were spreading their lovely stuff. So that's that. And we only have a few episodes left.
Right.
But it seems like we're just continuing to show how the world and society and the people as a whole respond to the spreading of the paranoia that is within the story of Shonen Bat.
Right.
So, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this.
This is a very different style.
Alright, I dig it.
Very different.
Let's have some fun.
I mean, we had playing in a video game, so...
Yeah. This is Shonen Bat's origin story. Specifically the bat. No, the bat. The bat did not fail you. You're okay. Oh my gosh. It speaks! Oh no, you're bat! Quick! Uh-oh.
I'm getting some Evangelion flashbacks. Just like the animators.
The fourth wall, Jacob.
Oh boy.
Huh?
This feels very Shirobako.
That's the one where it's about making an anime, right? Yeah. Oh. The director running away.
Yeah.
Wait, was the director one of the people that went on the, to figure out how to die? Whoa.
Oh, man.
Oh, jeez. So this is the storm that was going on.
Yeah, you need to sleep.
Oh, so that's the real. That's everything.
Oh, he's literally taking it to the
physical
place.
copy, yeah.
Yeah. So,
no,
man.
Don't fall asleep.
Just keep those eyes open.
Turn on some music.
Play some loud music.
Crap.
Wait, is he traveling in time when he sleeps?
Well, I think he's losing it, so he's been hopping across the... Wait. Is this... Is that the detective?
No.
Jeez. This is so meta, though, that we're dealing with this. Is this the merch person?
I guess, probably.
Oh. Yeah, this is merch. It's like, or you could pay us better, you know? Crap. Oh my god, there's Shonen Bat in the background. Wow. Yeah, slap yourself. Do whatever it takes. He got caught on the extension cord or what have you.
Whose computer just crashed, you know, because of the loss of power.
謝罪の一つもな。
演出とは各話数の責任者動きのタイミングやカットのつながり。
でも通路の真ん中にコンセント挿してる方がおかしいですよ。
なんで俺がまたカット250をやって
250.
お前がなくしたからだろうが。その頭を言う。またお前は抜いてばっかりで何の役にも立ちゃしねえ。
Jeez.
たまには自分の頭にコンセント突っ込めよ。
This is depressing. Just this
Yeah.
whole environment, everything.
え、平沼さんが事故った。
Letting out his frustration on the keyframes, the most probably frustrating and difficult piece of work in the.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Ow.
Oh my gosh. Just swinging back and
Like a
forth.
metronome,
Yeah.
Yeah, alright.
俺様は不死身だ。
At an animation studio.
Yep. The victim is. Whoa, and he staved it off.
Yeah.
So now Shonen-bat's gone.
Make sure to look at the road.
Right, so he was potentially looking for an escape right there.
Yeah.
But because he resisted it, he didn't need it. So wow.
It wasn't in the box.
もう始まってますよ。代わりの番組が。
僕のせいじゃない。
Oh, whoa.
Wow.
Whoa. Oh my god.
Oh,
Good
man.
grief.
That's terrifying.
俺様がドジなんか踏むもんか。
ワニブチさんが持ってたカットってどうしたの？
全部作家のカニエさんに渡しましたけど。
全然来てないよ。
Oh, is he the animation director?
Yeah, yeah.
なんで回収に行ってねえんだ。
だって
言い訳してんじゃねえよ。お前の仕事は
Yeah,
何だ。
what is his job?
スケジュール通りに終わらせるために馬車馬のように走り回ることだろうが。
Oh my god, this guy.
Uh-huh.
歌のやつえばり腐りやがって殿様かよ。上がってる上がってる。カット1、2、3、4。
Oh,
Whoa.
crap.
普通アニメは複数のアニメーターで絵を描くので絵が同じになりません。それを統一させるために修正するのが
ナイスでゲットですよ。じゃあ失礼します。
Wow.
普通は寝てると思うだろ。俺は人の生き死にがわからねえほどバカじゃねえ。
Holy crap. This is just madness.
Yeah.
Ugh.
雨降ってるから濡らすなよ。丁寧にな。
行ってきます。
サルタ、もうやめろとは言わねえ。
Oh my gosh.
死んでくれ。頼む。
Oh, man.
He's traveling down an endless highway.
Uh-huh.
No
Yeah.
escape from it. Harumi's just constantly in his field of vision at front. Ah. The
Oh,
OP.
man. Yeah.
Please do not look for me. Whoa.
そんなスケジュール聞いてないよ。
でも今日上がらないと納品が間に合わないんです。
無理に決まって
All
るで
that
しょ。
work she has to
一
do.
目瞭然でしょ。
いえ、それだけはやめてください。
ホダ
何ですか。
君、今日がアップ日だって聞いたんだけど。私そんなスケジュールさっきまで聞いてなかったんだけど。
なんで言ってねえんだ。
Jeez. this is so ridiculous, but like,
Mhm.
is this all just a commentary on how pressured, you know, animation studios are at the individual level to do like specific parts just right?
Yes.
Now here's where he snaps, yeah.
Yoし、完璧だ。
Jeez.
最後に笑うのは俺様だ。
僕には才能がないんだ。
そんなことないよ。きっと君は疲れてるんだよ。休んだ
Oh.
方がいいよ。
Oh, wow.
休みなよ。休みなよ。休みなよ。休みなよ。休みなよ。休みなよ。
Wow.
Nice. Brilliant.
That was
That was some
amazing.
That was some
and that was
crazy-
chilling and
crazy.
disturbing and wow. Well,
Don't work in the anime industry, kids. It's a dark and scary place.
yeah. Just watch Shirobako. That's a much happier
So
experience.
so
behind the
Shirobako
scenes.
is the one that's where they're making an anime, right?
It's basically cute girls making anime.
so
Like-
it is wholesome,
Yeah.
essentially. Whereas
I
this
mean,
is
they're
just,
not all cute girls, but the main cast of characters.
Well, I meant, but the overall feeling is rather wholesome.
yes,
Whereas this is basically just like dark version of that, where you get
Yeah.
like the psychological stress boiled out into the
oh man, this is one of my favorite episodes though of the show.
really
Yeah.
wow. So you understood probably a little bit more of what was going on than I did.
A little bit more, yeah.
Okay.
But also just the idea of it's so meta, but the fact that this is an anime means that a lot of that stuff is based in reality, you know.
Yes, exactly.
そも人の噂に伝え聞く黄金の靴の慣れぬ果て行けば戻れぬ迷宮のふるさとに立つ招き犬癒しまやかし糸おかしさて
All right.
Okay.
All right. An animation studio being commissioned to do an anime based on the Maromi doll that
Yep.
Tsukiko
Mhm.
created, and then one by one, almost everyone, I believe, succumbs to the pressure of the work itself,
Yeah.
needs an escape. Shonen Bat comes to help, and they all die.
Right. Well, and also the idea that it yeah, like there's the idea of it being Shonen Bat, but then there's also I like that they didn't have it actually be Shonen Bat shown at the studio, but it was Shonen Bat, but he was Shonen Bat, you know?
Right.
Like the idea that it could also be something where the person that is pushed too far, where all the stress of everyone else is being dumped on,
Yeah.
they snap and just
Yeah. I mean, Shonen Bat is more of a symbol of that anyway,
Right.
so it doesn't really
Mhm.
matter
Totally. Yeah.
what
yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
The main point is that,
Mhm. Yep.
yeah, the animation industry and specifically, making anime in this manner, for all that stuff, it's stressful. It's tough. It's not
Yep.
easy, to say the least. Like you said, Jacob, it's a miracle that anime happens at all.
Right.
Like, that's something you've told me multiple times, and I'm like,
Uh-huh.
yeah, I think I kind of get what you mean. But I think this was more of the, now do you see?
Right.
Now do you see?
Yeah.
It's not just that, it was all blamed on one person. It's that there was a communication breakdown of sorts because one person being that stress cascaded into a whole bunch of other problems.
Oh, yeah.
Which weren't
Oh, yeah.
addressed.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh boy. And the fact that if this was like the fact that this is an anime original makes it mean a lot more to me, because if it were simply something adapted from a manga, then it's like, okay, that's pretty crazy, right?
Yeah.
But given the fact that it's just an episode, right?
Right.
That means that, and it's, obviously, then, brainstormed and written by people in the industry, right? So so this is from someone who has a perspective on how it actually can be like to make anime. It's not just some Twilight Zone episode kind of a thing, right?
Well, I mean, Satoshi Kon, yeah, he definitely would be a veteran in this area. So
like that's what makes it all the more chilling.
Yeah.
Because I feel like with something like this, it could have ended up being too disconnected feeling.
Oh,
right?
I see what you're saying.
Where
too
then,
much fantasy.
Yeah, exactly. Like the reason why probably our least favorite episode in this show is the one with the video game thing, is because it doesn't feel as grounded. So if chilling stuff happens, it doesn't really mean anything, right?
Right.
Whereas when
we
you
just can't connect to it as much.
Exactly. Whereas when you have the people that are like suicidal that end up, going on this whole, suicide journey, or the gossiping, ladies, or the, all the other stuff that happened in the earlier episodes,
Right.
Tsukiko being super stressed out at work, and and the bullying in episode 2, like all of that stuff, that makes it really hit home. It hits hard, right?
Yeah.
Whereas with something like this, behind the scenes for anime, I feel like if anything, it would have just come across as like a cautionary tale if it didn't have this idea of, no, this could actually be talking about, hey, let's toot the horn a bit on some of the crap that even if it isn't this extreme, right? Even if Shonen Bat doesn't end up beating everyone, over the head with a bat, right?
Yeah.
This kind of stuff does happen.
Sure.
Right? The idea that, oh yeah, there's the person who forgot to tell the one person about the schedule, so now you need to do it all today and it's impossible, and oh man, I messed up, but what do we do now? And we absolutely can't, let this be late. We've got half an hour to get this to the studio, right? Otherwise we miss the airtime.
Yeah, I don't see as many philosophical, real-world cautionary tale kind of messages hidden within this one as much as the other ones. But I think the main thing that can be spoken about, maybe more so with this one here, is that Japan definitely has a culture of overworking themselves. So this might be a cautionary tale in that regard, and that it's something where, you need to take a rest. You need to take a rest. You need to take care of yourself. Otherwise, pandemonium of this nature would happen. Not just on the internal level, which is definitely happening, where he's losing track of time, he's losing track of where he is and when he is, and all these kinds of things happening, and starts hallucinating and having all these problems and stuff. This is the kind of thing that would happen on a larger scale, because his actions have a rippling effect on the people around him. And he might end up being kind of Shonen Bat in the sense that he was the one that attacked all of them, in that way,
right?
But in that the stuff that was set up by this episode is something where that paranoia would. I don't even know.
Right, and the whole attacks by Shonen Bat, like you can't fully take them literally, right? Because it's it's not that someone with the roller skates and on a bent baseball bat doesn't actually come up and hit them, right?
Yeah.
It's something else. And they aren't all getting hit by Shonen Bat. It might just be them, collapsing from overwork or whatever, having a mental breakdown, whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
And and the whole thing of him doing it, right? That could be him actually doing it. It could just be that it happens and it's not him, right? It's just part of the stress and overwork. Or it could be the idea that he feels responsible because he was constantly getting blamed for all the stuff that was happening. So he's the one actually doing this, Yeah. and then it almost becomes something that transcends just the the anime industry and overwork in general, and also can become something of, don't take out your stresses and your bad days on the people around you.
Yeah.
Because
take care of yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Rest.
Yeah.
Recuperate.
Mm-hmm.
And take that health of yours seriously that goes beyond the physical.
Right.
Because definitely it was something where the other people weren't willing to take that time for themselves either, because they probably couldn't.
Yep.
Because of the stress and demand of the job. But also because if they didn't, then, if they did then take that time, then, maybe it's just putting off the inevitable. It's just putting off something that they have to deal with, much later.
Potentially, yeah.
And,
well, and the whole idea that a lot of their stress and their vindictiveness towards this guy here is because he does things that makes them unable to, to take care of themselves in that way, right?
Mm-hmm.
It infringes upon that, right? Where, okay, I was going to,
I guess cut 250 all over again now.
Right, exactly. I guess I won't really get much sleep tonight. I'm just going to be staying at the office overnight. Yeah. Oh boy.
That's maybe the main theme, the main real world theme thing within this is that take care of yourself, because you taking care of yourself has more of an effect than you realize. It doesn't just go to your own limitations being kind of your needs being met and all that. It extends out to those in your circle of influence.
Absolutely.
So make sure you take care of yourself, because not only do you deserve it, but the people around you deserve to have you at the best you possible.
Yeah.
And it's not a thing of where if you aren't perfect, then you're letting them down. It's a thing of saying like, hey, work on you first, then work on your environment, and then at the very end, even think about the other people in your environment.
Right.
Because you're going to cultivate something internally that will be then revealed externally.
Yep.
So in order to do that, you got to take care of yourself.
And like, I feel like
selfish.
I feel like the closest example I have to something like this from my own life, which, of course is not equivalent, but, just as a point of reference, is like when I would be in like working a customer service job, and maybe it's really slammed busy, right? And you have the newer people that aren't used to it as much, and they start to freak out, right? And they start, have an anxiety attack or something, right? And the times that I would be affected by it, right? When I would also get stressed out or whatever, right? Then it would just end up getting worse, right? It would become this cycle, right?
Yeah.
But if I made sure to not let that affect me, then that ended up having a positive effect on the people around me.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, it's not that big a deal. It's just another day. We'll just buckle down, get through this kind of a thing.
Yeah.
But taken to an extreme, like say this, with also the whole aspect of telling a non-literal story. That
was kind of fun. The idea that we started off in the animation.
Yeah, that was.
And then we're telling the little mini story there.
And then ending the episode with the,
Yeah, then realizing, wait a minute, you're watching an anime about people making an anime where things started in an anime, but then the actual people
this isn't full Eva.
It didn't go full Eva. If anything, it was like, aha, you thought this was
right
going there, but no.
Are there actually like a bunch of problems behind the scenes for Paranoia Agent? What's going on? Yeah.
No, this is Satoshi Kon's work.
This
is probably an example of where he had to bust his ass a lot
to
make sure that this thing happened.
Yep.
Because it was probably more of a passion project than than something that was getting a lot of hype, merchandise, and funding around it.
Yeah, potentially. Yeah.
Well, almost definitely, because there's no original work this is based on.
So
he's not advertising anything.
Right. The fact that he was able to do this is probably because his other projects were so successful.
Yeah, but that's kind of the artist's kind of thing with that there. Let me actually check up something here because I think,
like when it came out in conjunction to like his other works and stuff.
No, with regards to who was in charge of funding it and what have you. Okay, so there are a couple producers and stuff like that. So maybe he had to get a little bit from these people, a little bit from these people, in order to make sure that the actual project was, able to be done. Now, it was through Studio Madhouse, which, is, pretty awesome and stuff.
Yeah.
But there were a lot of producers in the whole, project there. So in terms of it getting, funded so that they could use Madhouse, it might have been a big deal.
I would love to have seen the reactions from the staff working on this episode, the animators and all that stuff, when he's like, okay, this is what we're doing for this episode. And they're just like, oh. Like the dark comedy of it, basically, where they're like, this is gonna be fun. Like, okay, all right, yeah.
Yeah, this definitely makes me want to see more behind the scenes stuff with Satoshi Kon involved in this.
Yeah,
definitely.
And unfortunately, because he passed away,
there might not be much.
Yeah, there might not be much.
So y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. This was a crazy episode, and because I don't know too much about the anime industry, I don't really have
there's
as
not too much we
say,
can really say other than conjecture and speculation and whatnot.
Yeah, the effects of this paranoia continue to spread, and we see how it affects people far and wide. So if you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general. There might even be some people in our Discord that are familiar with the anime industry and can talk about some of the things involved in here. And you also talked with Jacob about the book he wrote.
Indeed.
It's pretty awesome.
I wrote a sci-fi novel. It's called Battle Lines. It's pretty awesome. It's available in ebook and hardcover on Amazon. Links in the description. Go check that out.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.